Are you a parent who needs support for being your child's teacher? Do you need some encouragement as you facilitate your child's learning at home and everywhere else? Or maybe you just need to take a break and connect with fellow parents? If your answer is yes, then join us on the Educating for Life show. Join us, Mariel Utienko, Michelle Pradelanan, San Unson, and Tina Rodriguez, the homeschooling moms behind the Philippine Homeschool Convention and online events like the Connect Homeschooling and Intentional Parenting Summit, as we share about different topics related to home-based education and everything in between. Watch our episodes on our Facebook page, Events by EFL, and on our YouTube channel. We hope that you'll join us because Educating for Life is all about supporting families and valuing education. See you there!
Good evening,
Hello.
everyone.
Good
Hello,
everyone.
hello.
Hello, San.
Hi, Tina.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Educating for Life show. We are streaming live from the events by Educating for Life Facebook page, YouTube channel, and thanks to Homeschoolers of the Philippines, we're also streaming live in the Homeschoolers of the Philippines group. So thank you so much, Miss Donna Pangilinan Simpao, the founder of Homeschoolers of the Philippines, for your support. Ayan. Kumusta ka ngayon, San?
Yun naman, ikaw, how are you, Tina?
Ako ay inaantok. Okay. Ayan, may commercial. Ayan. So,
Well, ang baby ngayon,
yan,
nasa ate.
natutulog. Mamaya sana hindi mo na magising. So, nandito siya sa aking lap, natutulog. Real life po tayo ngayon, guys. So, yung mga nanonood po, ayan, hello. Thank you so much for commenting, Miss Laxmi
Hi,
Maluya,
belated
for
happy
watching.
birthday.
Belated happy birthday. Thank you also for all those who will be watching the replay. So, we are doing the Educating for Life show. This is season 2. Akalain niyo yan? Season 2 na kami. And we are doing this now to part of our celebration of the 10 years of supporting homeschooling families. So, it's been 10 years since the first ever You Can Homeschool event, which San and Mariel, kasama po namin dito sa Educating for Life, they organized it, and Michelle, Padrilanan, and myself, we were also there to help them out. And we're happy to be serving families through this show naman. And akalain nyo yan, we are at episode 9 and we will be almost done with this special season.
Ang
Abangan nyo po
bilis.
ang next season namin.
Ang
So,
bilis.
we want to say thank you. May mga bumati sa atin, San. Hello, Mommy K. Good evening. Yes. Thank you for joining us. And please do tag your friends because we have a special topic tonight. Yeah.
That's right. And just as in the past weeks, we have someone with us. So over the past weeks, diba, we've been speaking with other parents to share and to show everyone that yes, you can homeschool even if your situation looks different from what you probably see on Facebook and Instagram, even if your situation is different. And tonight, we will answer another common question that we get. Can I homeschool even if my child has special needs? And with us tonight to answer this question is another veteran homeschooling mom who is also a regular in our past conventions. Please welcome Miss Jen Belusilio. Hi, Jen.
Yay! Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Tina, good evening, San, good evening, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
again
you for
for joining
inviting me today.
us. Thank you, Ate Jen, for joining us. We know that you are a super busy mom, just like, well, sino bang hindi busy na mom? Pero we know that you have a lot of commitment. So thank you for joining us. So we'll get right to it, Ate Jen. So kami ni San, kilala ka na namin for a long
Yes.
time. Can you believe?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the pictures of your kids kanina, and then
Yeah.
I realized na ang
Ang
tanda na
laki na
namin.
nila.
Ang laki na
Ang
nila at
tanda
ang
na,
tanda
ang
na
laki na nila. Yeah.
Ayan, so please do introduce yourself to us, Ate Jen, and to our viewers.
Ayan, good evening, everyone. Again, I am Jen Bellosilio. I am a homeschool nanay for, ano na, school year namin? 15 years. 15 years na po kami. I'm a licensed teacher and nanay to four beautiful kids. I have a 19-year-old, 16, 11, and 9. Yon, apat na sila. We started, dalawa lang sila. Isa lang ang hinomeschool ko, no? Parang I remember, isa lang. Isa lang, way back in 2009, single, siya pa lang, no? So, ngayon, apat na sila. Apat na
Ngayon,
silang chikiting. Hindi na chikiting, dalagang
Hindi na
binata na yung dalawa.
oo nga,
Hindi na. Oo.
matangkad na sa akin.
Oo,
So,
di ba?
then, can you tell us a bit about your homeschooling journey? So, you said that you started
Mhm.
with just your eldest, I guess, your
Yes.
eldest, no? Hindi pa lang siya. So,
Oo.
when did you start and why did you choose to
Ah,
homeschool?
okay. We started in 2009. I remember that. 2009, our eldest, siya yung may special needs. Diagnosed to be under the autism spectrum disorder when he was 3 years old. Actually, he attended school pa eh. Kasi yun yung intervention na ni-recommend sa amin. Siyempre, as a new parent ako noon eh. Firstborn, no? Firstborn, new parent. You would of course listen to the specialist, no, and then sabi nila kailangan ilagay sa school, no, at 3 years old kasi yun yung need daw niya. So sige, hanap kami ng school, no. So nag-school pa siya for 3 years, no, 3 years. But then when he entered preschool, yung third year niya, nag-enter siya ng preschool. Eh ako, syempre teacher, ang ano ko always would be to ask the teachers no preschool if I can sit in so that at least I know if there is something I could do at home to parang follow through, mga gano'n, no? So that's what I did. And then, na-notice ko, ah, yung anak ko during that time, hindi siya masyadong ma-interact, which is normal for them, for those with ASD. Normal po na hindi sila ma-interact. Not unless you would really guide them and lead them to the group, no? So sabi ko, parang I spoke with a teacher and I asked the teacher, is it possible for you to lead my child going to the group? But then, of course, I know also as a preschool teacher, I know na hindi talaga pinipilit yung mga bata to join in a group, no? Pabayaan lang sila. But then I kept on explaining na teacher kasi he has his special needs, he's not comfortable with the group setting, so talagang kailangan lahat ng gagawin mo ililid siya, no? And then dumating yung point na syempre they have activities in school na hindi kagad siya nakaka-interact, which is normal for them. No? Normal yan. Kung may mga nakaka-experience po sa inyong ganyan, if you have younger children diagnosed with special needs, normal po sa kanila yan. No? So sabi ko, I tried lang one time, ayaw niyang pumasok. I tried sa house. Sa house lang na nag-activities kami, no? Activities kami, as simple as blowing bubbles, tapos may slide kami. So, inaano ko ng water yung slide. So, nag-enjoy. Tapos, in-integrate ko yung mga lessons nila in school. So, sabi ko, parang okay naman to. Pero I had no idea about homeschooling din. Wala pa ako talagang idea. No? So, after that, yung preschool niya, we started looking for a school na mag-accommodate sa kanya. Diba? There are schools na they offer mainstreaming or accommodations and all na. So, I went there. I went around looking for schools, no? It's just so heartbreaking for a parent. Yun yung experience ko, heartbreaking for a parent na hindi ko dala-dala yung anak ko. I'm just inquiring if it's possible for them to accept my child in preschool. Parang magki-kinder pa lang yata siya noon, no? Tapos, nare-reject ka na kagad dahil may special needs. Because ako, I've been very vocal about that special needs of my son. We don't hide it, no? Kasi the more you hide it, the more people will not understand what you're going through and what the child is going through. So, sa akin sinasabi ko, my child has special needs, but he can do this and that. So, sinabi ko lahat. But then, yun nga, so nare-reject ka. So, I remember na pag ako lang nung time na yun eh, nung pagsakay ko ng kotse, I started crying. I started crying because I was frustrated na sabi ko, Lord, bakit ganon? Sabi ko, kasi they don't know my son and yet they haven't seen my son, pero ayaw na nila kagad sa kanya, sabi ko. So, then ako nag-start mag-cry. And then when I got home, my husband and I prayed about it, no? So, ano pang gagawin natin? Sana makakita tayo ng school. Kasi we were still thinking school eh. Di ba yun talaga yung, during the time 2009, hindi pa siya ganun ka-popular, yung homeschooling, especially for special needs. Huh? And then, we were members of a community then. Yung sa community, may activity for couples. And then, there was a point wherein may mga couples that they spoke about their children, ganyan. May nagsalita about homeschooling. So sabi ko, uy Lord, parang homeschooling, what is it about? Doon siya nag-start yung curiosity namin about homeschooling. And then we researched about it, no? Hanggang sa, yon talagang pinush ko, sabi ko, siguro naman kaya ko to, no? But I really didn't know what to expect during that time. Wala talaga. It's more of being, obedient probably to the Lord's, whisper niya siguro sa akin na, ito, no? So, yes lang ako. Yes lang kami. Sabi ko, why not? There's no harm in trying. Anyway, preschool. Kaya ko yan. Preschool teacher ako. Gumaganon pa ako. Tapos sabi ko, sige, sige, let's try. That was for our first year, no? And then, that first year, it was so memorable for us because what we did was we had interventions in place pa din eh. It's very important that you still have interventions in place. When you homeschool, it's not about just being yourself, na parang homeschooling ako, akin na yan lahat, akin ng OT, akin ng speech. No, hindi siya ganon. No? It would be very difficult because you're also learning from your therapist, from your sa mga interventions niya. Then, we noticed, first quarter pa lang, parang it was easy because we were able to integrate yung therapy goals and academic goals. So sabi namin, wow. Tapos, ang worry ko noon is, baka mamaya mahirapan yung anak kong mag-keep up with the demands of homeschooling, no? And then may therapy pa. But then we were surprised because yung progress ang bilis-bilis, no? Because it's like, just like, di ba, speech therapy, we all know how difficult it is to schedule speech therapy sessions. No? We have very limited yung slots ng mga speech therapists, di ba? So, once a week lang. But then, if you're homeschooling, yung once a week mo, nagiging everyday siya. Kasi, I asked the therapist to provide us with a home program aside from the center program. And then, I tried to integrate that every day, yung communication namin sa homeschooling. Even yung mga OT skills, no? We tried to do that. We integrated everything. So sabi ko, uy, maganda pala to. So after the first year, sige, okay na, second year, third year. Sabi ko ganon, akala ko it gets easier. Pero yung toll nun, nasa teacher, kasi we have to tailor fit yung program with the needs of our children. Contrary to what we believe in right now, hindi naman what we believe in, to what some are doing na if they have a provider, if they have a school kaya, pasok sa school or provider, when you pay the tuition fee, bahala na sila sa anak mo, and then maghahatid ka, magsusundo ka, gawa ka ng lunch and all, ganun lang. But when you homeschool, it's totally different pala, no? Because you have to consider the needs of your children, of your child, the needs of your child. So doon, parang naano namin na, okay, mahirap din pala siya, no? And masaya kung nami-meet yung targets, pero there are also bad days wherein hindi siya okay, na parang regardless of all the preparation I made, hindi na to pinapansin. So there are good and bad days too, no? But still, yun nga, we chose to homeschool because we saw the benefits. Not only for our firstborn, no plans for the second child, but then we saw the benefits. So we also opted to homeschool our second child. And then the rest is history. After that, may dalawa pang sumunod. So, apat na sila. Apat na homeschoolers yun talaga.
Lahat,
that's how we started. Lahat na sila, di ba? Sama-sama na sila. Yun.
Sama-sama na sila. Well, I think, Ate Jen, yung parang yung kwento mo how you started to homeschool, it stemmed from that desire to really do what's best, no, for your child, for your eldest. And I think yung mga parents who approach us, kasi nga sa mga conventions and our smaller events, or even through our page, minsan may mga nagtatanong nga, may special needs. I think there's also that desire, and those are watching or will be watching later, na may children with special needs. That's what they want to do, then to do what's best for their kids. I like what you said lang, that you have to acknowledge, parang in a way you're acknowledging na hindi lahat ikaw gagawa. Parang gano'n. Dapat parang tulong-tulong with kunyari, therapists, no?
Yes, correct.
And other people, yan. So paano yung setup nyo at the start, Ate Jen? Siguro, nakwento mo na kanina yung when it was just your eldest, no, Joshua? Okay lang ba
Yes.
if I show your family picture at
Sure. Go ahead.
Nan,
Ayan na kami. Ang lalaki na nila. Oh my God.
Oo nga, laki na nila.
Ah,
So when you started, your eldest was, how old was he then?
he was 4 or 5. 5.
4 or
5 years
5.
old.
Grabe. Tapos
Mm-mm.
ngayon, mama na siya.
19. Mama na siya. 19 years old.
19. So nung
Yeah.
start ate, how was your setup? Like, well, I guess it was easier when he was just 1.
Yes.
Pero nung nadagdagan na, yun.
Mm-mm.
Ano
Okay.
yun? How
So,
did it evolve?
alright. So, nung siya pa lang, it's easier in the sense na isa lang siya. Pero yung task ko para sa kanya, mabigat. Dahil tinitailor fit ko pa. Diba? Tinitailor fit ko. Did you know that I had this, ang dami kong notebook. Kasi notebook ko may parang food journal, behavior journal, and homeschooling. Lahat yun, nililista ko kung ano yung kinain niya. Nag-tantrums ba siya? Nakinig ba siya sa akin or hindi? Sinusulat ko siya so that I'll know what would be my strategy for the following day. Kung saan yung gusto niyang lesson, saan yung nag-respond siya or hindi, dined ba niya ako, ganon. I had this journal before, no? Sinusulat ko siya lahat because I would like to understand. Sometimes yung behavior ng mga anak natin when we are homeschooling them, akala natin tamad lang, akala natin ayaw lang makinig or ano ba yun, task avoidance. But then, if your child has special needs, you have to understand that it's not only physical, it's also physiological. How they feel about their bodies. Baka hindi mo alam, may masakit sa kanila or too much noise, yung sensitivity sa noise, sa light, yung mga ganon, no? So, I needed to understand my child. So, yung setup namin nung una siya, and then, since ini-integrate ko siya, saling pusa yung second child ko, always. Kaya yung second child, di ko masabi na talagang tinuruan ko siya. Kasi para lang siyang saling pusa na nakikikolor, parang nakikiclassmate lang siya kay kuya. Ganon, no? So, yun yung parang a blessing sa amin na si ate, yung second born namin, siya yung naging classmate, sibling, friend, playmate, lahat na, siya na, di ba? So, nag-evolve yon. Si ate, wala kaming plan na i-homeschool dapat. Sabi namin, baka i-limit natin yung niya, potential niya and all. So, ganun pa kami noon. No? But when we saw how she was enjoying, how she was improving in all aspects na, would you believe na hindi ko siya tinuruang magbasa? Hindi ko siya tinuruang magbasa. Siya lang mismo. Natuto siya. Kakapakinig siguro kay kuya what kuya was doing. Ganun lang. And then we were surprised at 4 years old. She was already reading a book, no, na siya lang. So sabi namin, talagang ang ganda talaga ng homeschooling para sa mga kids, no? Because you are tapping the potential ng mga kids, no? So, and then after that, ang ginawa ko sa kanila during that time, meron akong yung parang schedule. May schedule, di ba? Dumating kasi sa point na 3 silang sabay-sabay. 3. Una, 2 lang sila, so medyo manageable pa. Tapos naging 3 sila. Pumasok yung pangatlo, si Via. Pumasok siya. So, at least baby pa siya nun, pero yung 2, grade schoolers, no? But then, kala ko nun, magiging madali na for kuya kasi he's used to homeschooling na eh. Pero nakakatawa doon kasi madali nga siya in terms of strategies and all. Pero yung lessons, humihirap din. The lessons, diba? Humihirap. Grade 4, grade 5, grade 6. So, humihirap yung lessons. So, ako din nahihirapan because I needed to look for ways on how to present the lessons to him eh. In a way na maintindihan niya, mas madali niyang ma-appreciate yung lessons. No? So, yun. So, may schedule ako na kapag kunwari, during the time may worksheets sila kuya, pag si kuya naka-worksheets, naka-focus ako kay ate. Ganon. So may ganon. Tapos meron kaming joint. Lahat silang tatlo. Meron yung, okay, ate, ikaw ang magturo muna kay Via. Si ate tuturuan si Via, ako na kay kuya. So ganon, no? So, ganon lang yung nangyari sa amin. Hanggang sa sabi ko, it's difficult, yes. But you will see then yung improvement at progress ng mga anak mo na we are trying to help each other because we also don't have a helper at home eh. So we cook, we set the table, we do the laundry and all. So it's a family affair. No? So nakikita ko na nag-i-improve sila unti-unti. No? So it's doable. It's difficult, yes, it's difficult, but it's doable naman. Doable siya. Ang kailangan mo lang talaga, you should, if you say yes to it, embrace mo yun. Embrace mo yung yes mo regardless of whatever challenges that would come your way. Parang kapahiyaan na to, paninindigan ko na to. Parang gano'n ang dating. Kasi that's the only way na magpupush ka or else you would quit. But if you think about it, it's because I love my children. That's why I'm doing this. If I don't love them, let the tutors take care of them or let the teachers take care of them. I'm not saying naman na when you put your children to school that you don't love them. You do. It's just that iba-iba kasi din tayo ng calling eh, di ba? And during that time, it was very important for us to really focus on the needs of our eldest. Because siya yung, kasi di ba sinasabi natin na, yung love natin as parents, pag dumadami na sila, dapat equal, di ba? Pero I encountered one, I don't know if it's a talk or something, no? Sabi nila, hindi nga siya dapat equal eh. Diba? Mamahalin mo or bibigyan mo ng panahon na mas bibigyan mo ng panahon yung anak or yung taong mas kailangan. Because that's how God loves us too. Diba? God loves us in a way na kung sino yung mas nakakailangan, talagang nandyan siya. It's not that He doesn't love you, just that mas kailangan siya nung time na yun. And that's how we felt about our son. No? And we are just so blessed that our children understand that. Yan.
And I think
yun.
it's because they see you also, na parang trying to do everything that is best for your son, for their kuya, di ba? And so, bakit mo naman hindi gugustuhin yun? Diba? Bakit hindi mo rin gugustuhin? So, I also like what you said about yung story mo that you adjusted, no? So, isa pa lang siya, mahirap na, pero nagkaroon ng si ate and then si Via na, and then you adjusted according to the needs of everyone, diba? Na parang, and then embracing nga, since ito na yung situation, how do I embrace this lifestyle now that there are 3 of them? And I guess extra challenging talaga because nga, may special needs talaga yung one of them, no? So, and you mentioned, I want to go back also, Jen, to yung kwento mo kanina na wag mong aangkinin lahat. Hindi ikaw yung therapist, hindi ikaw yung teacher, hindi ikaw everything. So I can imagine that homeschooling a special needs, parenting a special needs child actually, marami kang kailangang help. No? You need all the support that you can get. So where did you get that? Especially since matagal ka na nag-homeschool before Facebook, diba? So where did you get the support and how did you seek it out for the benefit of the
Okay. When we started in 2009, would you believe na ako konti pa lang kasi swerte tayo ngayon eh. We're so blessed now that EFL is here. There's a lot of homeschooling support groups na available. But during that time, very limited talaga. Very limited, especially for special needs. Yung special needs, merong ASP dati, Autism Society, di ba? Meron kang group of parents noon na kasi we also enrolled in an ABA training para yung therapy na ko-continue din namin sa bahay aside dun sa So we have group of parents din doon na tatanong, pero hindi sila lahat naka-homeschool, no? So yung support naman, I think number 1, family talaga. My husband, siya talaga yung sabi niya, o sige, ikaw ang may alam yan. So what do we need to do? So we talk about it. Siya talaga yung number one na kinuhaan ko ng support talaga. And then family, no? Because as young as they are, I think ate then was 3 or 4 when we started explaining the condition of kuya. No? Because she needs to understand why kuya why we're giving kuya much attention, sometimes ganito. No? So, inexplain na namin sa kanya as young as 3 or 4 years old. No? Same with the other 2 younger kids ngayon. So, alam nila yung condition ni kuya and they understand. Then secondly, yung mga therapists namin, we're blessed also with the therapists na parang family na sila. But we treat them as family because very supportive sila eh. Very supportive sila dun sa journey. And then when they learn about homeschooling, I know not all of them would agree to our decision to homeschool. Meron talagang parang bakit na homeschool? Bakit hindi sa school? Mas okay po sana kung sa school. May ganon, di ba? Pero we try to understand them. We know where they're coming from, di ba? But we also have to trust our gut. Eh. Tayo as parents, I know what's best for my child. Diba? Sabi ko nga kanina, paninindigan ko na to. Diba? I will see this through. Kasi it's not for me, it's not for them, it's for my child. Whatever happens to my child, who will take responsibility? Diba? Kami lang. Diba?
Okay.
So, but we appreciate their help. Sobrang helpful talaga yung support from the therapist. No? So, there was a time na, kwento ko lang mabilis yun, there was a time na naging one-income family kami. I had to let go of my work because we felt that there is a need for us to focus on my son. Kasi we saw it as a waste of money if we just keep on paying therapy after therapy. Diba? Tapos, hindi mo nasusundan kung ano yung progress. Feeling namin nun, tatagal. Parang forever ba tayo mag-therapy? Diba? So, sa amin parang, sige, ang gagawin natin is, focus muna ako. Diba? I had to let go of my work muna. Focus muna ako. Para lang, mag-provide yung needs ni kuya. And then, pag umokay na, then unti-unti, pwede na tayong bumalik sa kung ano yung normal na ginagawa namin. So that's what we did. Yung isa sa mga strategies na ginawa namin yun. We focused on him because it's not only homeschooling. We also did a lot of things, di ba, as parents. Hanapin mo talaga lahat, no? Yung mga, before hindi uso ang diet, nutritional therapy. Di ba yung mga ganun? Not uso. Hindi siya uso. Tabu dati yan. Di ba? Hindi siya uso. Yung mga gluten-free diet and all.
Yes.
And now, lahat halos naka-gluten-free na. Lahat halos naka-nutritional supplementation na and all. We started during those times na hindi siya kilala pa masyado, no? Hindi pa siya masyadong accepted. But then, that's also one thing that I would like to share na it helped us because it's connected to homeschooling eh. May nagsabi sa amin na you cannot ask the child to sit down kasi problem nila yun eh, yung sitting down, attention span, sitting span, yung gano'n, di ba? Eye contact and all. You cannot ask the child to do all of those activities if the child is not ready and if the child is not attentive to you. So what do we do? Sabi namin, go to the root cause kasi, di ba? What do we do? So you have to address that. Sometimes it's in the diet, di ba? Sometimes it's kulang ng nutrition. So ganon. We address that. And then, sabi nila, pag na-address mo, whatever is lacking in your child, then makikita mo, mas madaling mag-homeschool, mas madaling turuan. Because they can sit down, they can look at you in the eye, no? They can listen to you, longer periods of time, less meltdowns. So, it helped us a lot, no? So, yun yung naging focus namin during that time. Yan.
Galing.
Nakamit pala ako. Ayan. Thank you. Nagising na kasi ang alaga.
Oh.
Ayaw sumama sa iba.
Bigay
Ate Ann, can you try, Ate Ann? Wait, we're almost done. Ayan.
Okay.
Ang pinaka-clear, no, talaga, Kasi we usually say din it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to homeschool, especially.
Yes.
And especially if your child is neurodivergent or has special needs, no, parang even more we need to acknowledge na hindi talaga natin kaya gawin lahat, no? I think Ate
Yes.
Jen, it's good that you mentioned that, and that um yung learning that we as parents must also continually learn, 'di ba? Parang like you mentioned yung mga other forms of therapy, yung nutritional therapy. Hindi naman I mean it's not ako when I was studying PT, wala naman yun eh. Parang hindi naman siya covered. So when you're talking about treating children with special needs, hindi naman parang you take into account yung other things but not the nutrition, 'di ba? Or
Yes.
things like that. So I think it's also a good reminder for us that tayo mga parents, no, whether or not may special needs yung mga kids natin, is to try to learn the new things that will help our kids. No? Parang ganun. So Ate Jen, I'm sure, very, very sure. Because I remember, mag-chat tayo minsan, tapos tinatanong ko sa'yo, paano mo ginagawa yan lahat, ate? Tapos, ano pa, parang you help other parents din to homeschool, tapos wala kayong helper, ganyan. Yun. What were the challenges you faced? The top three lang, siguro, kasi I'm sure
Ah,
marami.
okay.
Marami yan, no? So, top
Oo.
three challenges, and how did you overcome them?
Okay. So, top three. Una siguro ang challenge, ang first challenge talaga na malaki ang impact sa amin would be acceptance. Acceptance sa amin, acceptance ng anak namin because naging immune ka na dun sa fact that sometimes you don't get invited to parties kasi magulo yung anak mo or kasi maingay or nag-grab or something, no? So that's one, acceptance. And then even sa playmates, di ba? Sometimes he wants to play with some children, but those children are not ready for him. So you have to accept the fact that it really happens, no? If you are a parent of a child with special needs, wag nang sumama ang loob mo sa mga bagay na yan, no? Dahil it happens. But believe na and trust na it will not stay long na hindi nila ma-accept or yung anak mo hindi mag improve, no? Because when you're unconditional love, everything is possible naman. Okay, that's one, no? And then secondly, uh, it's aside from financially, it's physically draining. Financially, kasi talagang therapy-wise, magkano ang therapies, di ba? Nutritional supplementation, diet, and all. Tapos, sa homeschooling, di ba? Give na give tayo lahat pagdating sa mga materials, books, and all, no? So, it's physically draining also because may times talaga you don't get to rest. Sabi ko kay Tina sa tanong niyang yan, lagi kong sinasabi, it's always by the grace of God. Hindi ko
Yeah.
talaga alam kung paano ko yan nagagawa sa araw-araw, no? Pero talagang at the end of the day, you would just thank the Lord for allowing you to complete that day na buo ka, buhay ka, natutulog yung mga anak mo na maayos kayo. Yung gano'n, no? It's really by the grace of God. Hindi ko kaya yan mag-isa. Especially with all the... Pagka tinignan mo kasi yung kabuuan niya, hindi talaga kahit may superpowers ka hindi ka talaga kayang mag-isa. No? So, it's important talaga. Maybe, minsan naisip ko, no? Maybe, the Lord is just trying to tell you that I am here. I am here. Diba? You can always reach out to me. Kaya may times na hindi mo na siya kaya. It's because for you to always remember that I am with you. Diba? You just need to call out to me. Yun lang. Diba? Kasi pag hindi mo na kaya, diba kahit expression, Diyos ko naman, ang hirap. Diyos ko naman, diba? Yun yung common expression natin, but we are already calling on the Lord. Diba? So yun. And then, third, ang challenge is, ang hirap nung there are times, tao lang tayong mga parents, no? There are times that you feel you are not doing enough. You are not doing enough for your child. Totoo yun. Kasi, lalo na, nung bata siya, cute pa, sabay. Kunyari may kaedad siya, sabay, cute pa eh, di ba? Parang okay, cute, cute, ganyan. Hanggang sa nakikita mo, lumalayo yung gap, no? Parang
Mm.
nagmamature na yung ano, isa, yung anak mo na iiwan. So even if you are confident about what you're doing, even if you understand what you're doing, there are occasions wherein, di ba, nagsiset in yung parang bakit ganun? Sana ganyan na rin siya. Sana ganito. Alam mo yun? Yung comparison 90s. You compare, no? You compare. And I just came to realize that when my son was he was homeschooled until grade 6, no, we tried independent for grade 7, but then if the parents get so busy ang tendency tapos homeschool ko tatlo, no, ang nangyari nun is siya yung napabayaan ko kasi 'di ba wala naman akong accountability tapos feeling ko may therapist siya and all, no, and then
Yeah.
there was also a time na naghanap na siya ng friends, which
Mm.
is happy ako. Ay, hindi ako happy na nag-school na siya ng grade 7, pero happy ako na naghanap na siya ng friends. Kasi it means that there's maturity. And when they come to that point that they become matured enough, makikita mo, gumagaan. Gumagaan lahat, no? So yung maturity, hindi siya talaga pinipilit. And then, ako, I don't mind. My son now is 19, but
Mm.
he's in grade 12. He's senior high, grade 12. I don't mind if he's delayed or what. No, I don't mind. I don't look at the grade levels na ang sa akin, as long as he is enjoying, as long as he is learning, regardless of the grade level, I am happy. I am blessed. 'Di ba? Kasi minsan yun yung inisip natin eh. Dapat at 6 years old, grade 1 na to. Dapat grade 2 siya. Bakit behind? 'Di ba? At 19, ang mga kasabayan niya supposedly is first year college na. 'Di ba? First year college na, pero siya, ito pa lang. So, sa akin at this time, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter because we've been in that road and I can see what is important is that he's happy.
Mm.
He's happy. No? And relationship wise, we're okay. He's
Yeah.
very independent right now. I'm just so proud. He's very independent. He's happy. And the foundations that we did when we were homeschooling him, when he was in school, grabe yung papuri ng mga teachers sa kanya, yung discipline, focus, lahat, no? Na akala mo nung una problema natin yun, hindi mag-focus, hindi umupo, hindi ganito. But then when he's attending school, different na yung feedback ng mga parents. And that makes you really very happy. At talagang masasabi mo lang, thank you Lord that I was able to homeschool him. Oh, so talagang nakakatuwa lang at nakaka-bless lang.
I'm so glad, Jen, that you shared na how Josh is now, no? Kasi yun, I think yung next question. So how is he now? Parang after 15
Mm,
years homeschooling.
yeah.
And I think
Oo.
testament talaga that yes, you can homeschool children with special needs. And yun, si Josh is thriving, di ba? Happy and
Yes.
thriving in school,
Mm-hmm.
with friends, and you see that I mean, there's maturity and improvement. So I think you are talagang in the perfect position to share tips to parents who are thinking about it or parang nag-uurong-sulong pa kasi parang, I mean, understandably, it's really challenging, right?
Yes.
You shared all your challenges, but kaya pa rin, ba? Maybe you can share 3 tips
Mm-hmm.
to parents who are thinking about it or just starting to homeschool their children with special needs.
Okay. First is that it's important that you know your child. No, it's very important that you know your child because in that way you'll be able to identify what are his needs talaga, 'di ba? So, because totoo yung sinasabi nila, eh, nobody knows your child better than you do. Regardless of what other people say, regardless of what your therapist would say, you know your child better than anyone does. No? So, remember that your child will always be, when you are homeschooling, your child is supposed to be your curriculum and not the other way around. Okay? So, you have to look at the needs of your child before you look at the needs of the curriculum. So you have to adjust also. Begin where begin at the level of success of your child. That's very important. So remember that homeschooling, it's not only hard work, but it's also hard work. There's a lot of heart in homeschooling. No? And then second tip is you have to be, hindi sa tinatakot ko kayo, but you have to be ready for the challenges ahead. There will always be challenges. Just even if you're not homeschooling, just raising a child with special needs already has a lot of challenges. And be ready when you are homeschooling because you would need to invest in terms of your time, no? That's one talagang very important. You will have to have the patience and the love to go over the lessons over and over and over again. Because sometimes they won't remember, di ba? Yung creativity mo lalabas. Everything na talagang lalabas, no? So take time to read also to your children. So that's very important. Take time to read, even if you think that they wouldn't understand, even if you think that they are not interested, just set aside a few minutes in a day just to sit down with them and read with them. For little children, I love it when they are on your lap and you're hugging them and reading to them. No, so regardless of how busy your day, spend time with your children. And then also make sure that you have time to give them tight hugs when they are frustrated and when meltdown strikes. Because if you are always in a hurry, you have no time to understand how they are feeling. So it's important that you spend time hugging them, telling them how much you love them, telling them that you understand how they are feeling, no? So yon. And then third, talaga very important is you always have to pray for guidance and direction. No? So sometimes we feel that we have superpowers in doing this and that, but no, we don't. We don't. It's always by the grace of the Lord, no? So laging ganon. We are not alone. Remember, this is a battle for us. We are not alone, no? We can only succeed if we learn to trust and obey the one who's giving us all the blessings. Because remember, when you say yes, di ba, when you say yes, sometimes you don't even know why you're saying yes, but when you say yes, everything falls into place. Ba? Like Romans 8:28, sabi nila, all things will work together to them who loves God and to them who are called according to his purpose. So, yun, those are the three tips that I want to share with parents who are thinking about homeschooling their children.
Very
Oh,
nice.
thank you, Ate Jen. Ang galing. Naiyak ka ba, San? Just
Slight
check.
lang.
Din kanina, nung nag-share siya about challenges. Mga iyakin kami dito.
Challenges, oo.
Yeah. Dapat di tayo nag-host dito eh.
Next time sila Michelle naman para walang iyakin.
Yeah.
So Ate Jen, well, kasi syempre what we're discussing now is yung with on the spectrum now, and there are different kinds of special needs talaga.
Yes.
Like, may Down syndrome, may cerebral palsy, parang ang dami. So my question is final words of wisdom, no? For those na not on the spectrum maybe, but maybe they're parents watching with kids with Down syndrome or with other kinds of special needs. Do you think parang it's possible, and kung possible man, kasi parang yung sinabi mo kanina, it's doable but it's difficult. I like what you said. It's difficult but it's doable. And I'd like to think and to believe no na it's applicable to all situations. Pero yun nga parang you need to assess din nga, yun nga. Take everything into account, yung mga sinabi mong challenges, even yung finances and all. No? So, baka meron kang final words of wisdom for those particular parents na baka they're doubting because baka they're saying na, sa'yo on the spectrum, so medyo, pero what if iba? What if iba yung special needs? Diba?
Okay. So, ganito yon. When you homeschool, yung iba kasi, parang ang idea nila ng homeschool would always be promotion from one level to the next. No? Yun. Parang, we're used to that eh. We grew up thinking na pasado ka because you're moving up, 'di ba? You're moving up. But we have to understand there are children who are capable and there are children who will really have a difficulty. That's why meron tayo 'di ba mga life skills, yung mga lessons natin na kailangan appropriate lang siya for the skill ng bata, 'di ba? So, yung homeschooling doesn't limit you to the promotion or doesn't limit you to accreditation or whatever it is. No, ang homeschooling is making sure that your child is able to learn, no? Able to learn regardless of the grade level. So, we have to accept the fact that there are children who are ready to learn. Di ba sabi nila high functioning or hindi? Meron din naman, kunyari may Down syndrome, ADHD, or whatever a diagnosis nila. No? So, we have to understand and we have to be honest with ourselves. Ano ba yung kaya ng anak ko? At hindi yung ipupush ko siya ng sobra na mapufrustrate na siya. Di ba? Like my son right now, my son is in a special school right now. Now, although I know that he's able to cope with the regular school, but we opted to put him in a special school. Why? Because we know that this school would be able to bring out yung potential niya. Okay? So, uh, he is in a program wherein they are offering mga senior high and yung mga grade level or senior high school, but it's modified, and we don't mind if it's modified because he's learning and he's having fun and he's doing his best na siya lang, hindi yung para ako na naggagawa na ako ng reviewer niya dito or yung kaya niya, no? And we don't mind. So even if he's in a special school, it doesn't matter. Diba? Because at the end of the day, it's really yung learning application that will matter to us, no? But of course, there are some who can go into university, who can really go into mainstreaming, who can go to regular school, and that's okay too, no? So don't feel na I cannot homeschool because my child is like this, or my child cannot cope with the academics and all. It's not everything is not all about academics. It's not about academics at all. No, it's all about the life skills. How will they apply this in their lives? How will you prepare them in the future for them to be independent learners, independent individuals, responsible individuals. No? So that is what is important. So don't let it hinder you na iisipin nyo na because my child cannot do this, probably hindi siya okay sa homeschool. No. No, because homeschooling has many phases. Eh. Yung hindi lang siya yung phase na because I am graduating, I am going up the stage, it's because I am like this. No, it's not like that. No, you are already homeschooling your children as young as they are. As babies pa lang tinuturuan mo na kumakanta ka ng ABC. May promotion ba doon? Wala naman, di ba? So it's the same. No? So don't think about it that much because at the end of the day, ako ngayon, nasa grade 12 na siya. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. Whether he's in the regular school or in a special school, it doesn't matter. What is important is that he's learning. And we are here to support him all the way. Diba? So, yun yung importante talaga na maintindihan natin.
So, parang setting them up for success. And yung success, parang depends on the children pa rin, di ba? Yung parang definition of what we mean by success is really accepting ano yung goals ba natin for our children, and that varies per child, di ba? Whether or not may special needs yung kids. Ganda. Thanks, Jen.
Iyak ako.
Bakit naiyak ka? Wag kang umiyak. We are so
reminder. No, I think all of us kasi go through that stage na okay lang ba? na are you doing enough? Or parang am I ruining the future of my child by homeschooling them, 'di ba? So lalo na siguro kung may special needs yung anak mo, 'di ba? Parang matatakot ka kasi talaga na to take that step. But based on what you shared, no, and I truly believe in that din. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day kung aakyat ba siya ng stage, tatanggap ba siya ng medals, meron ba siyang diploma. I mean, those are good things and those are important things to a lot of people. But what matters talaga is yung learning, no? The learning that takes place. So we're actually, that's our last question, Ate Jen, but I want to share, San and I will share some of the comments of those who are watching. Sabi ni
Daming
Kay,
comments.
looking fresh pa rin kahit gabi na ha, Miss Jen.
Okay.
Ayan, yes.
Ayan,
Tapos,
hindi busy buong
um,
araw.
yeah, this is Mommy Diane, I think. This is in the Homeschoolers of the Philippines group. Okay? Sabi niya, babasa mo ba saan?
Yeah, sabi niya, yes, homeschooling allowed us to focus on intervention activities like OT, speech therapy, etc. So parang what you shared also earlier.
Yeah.
So, yan, the
Totoo yun.
flexibility. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oo,
To
being
be
flexible
present,
gives
yes.
them freedom to focus on their therapy and really be present. Observe everything in their therapy without interference from academic
Mm-mm.
expectations and pressures. She
I
has
think,
3 neurodivergent boys kasi. 2 diagnosed with autism and SPD. Homeschooling
SPG.
allowed us to really focus on their
True.
strengths and challenges individually. Ayun. And
Ayan,
and
yan.
focus on the necessary intervention. Same.
Yes.
Tapos, I think she was agreeing with yung learning as a parent. Tama ba? Tama ba,
Yeah,
Dayan? So,
yan. Jen was
I
sharing
learned,
about how she was also learning yung through their OT,
yeah.
through their speech, ano yung kailangan gawin, how she can support at home. Diba?
Oo,
Yan. Si
tama.
Dayan
So,
kaya
everything that came with their diagnosis, sabi ni Dayan, she had to learn about autism, sensory processing, neurofeedback, not something I expected to do, but it was immensely helpful and continues to be a part of our homeschooling journey. And Kay agrees, every day is by the grace of God. At the end of the day, we can only say that it was the grace of God that sustained us. Diane also says, God loves our children more than we do, and that alone should give us the courage to persevere and lean on Him through everything. Yes, team iyakin tayo.
Sally at
Hey.
si Kay, iyakan lang kami nung, di ba? Parang nag-iyakan tayo kayo nung nagkita tayo, di ba?
Ayan, sabi ni Mami Janet, hi, I am a mom homeschooling my son with autism and ADHD for 8 years now. We tried enrolling him at trad school, but homeschooling works best for him.
So yes, you can homeschool even if your child has special needs.
Yan. At yun nga, lifelong love of learning is our goal. Sabi ni Dayan, someone once asked my son, what do you want to be when you grow up? And his reply was, I want to be kind. Ay, nakakaiyak naman yan, Dayan. I could not have been prouder even if he said otherwise. Okay, tapos, almost done na tayo. And this is the last comment. Anel says, thank you for the encouraging talk. First time to homeschool, our 5-year-old has ASD2 and attention and focus are such a struggle.
You can do it, Anel. Go, go,
Do it.
go.
And, attention and focus are not just a struggle for your 5-year-old son with special needs, but also with me, who has a 5-year-old na ganun din ang challenge ko ngayon, attention and focus. So, we're all in this together. Ayan. Okay.
Ang dami comments. Saya-saya.
Thank you so much for all those who are commenting and who will be commenting later on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are going to actually, una-una, thank you again, Ate Jen, for joining us. Before we go, we just have a final announcement. So again, we want to thank Miss Donna Simpao for letting us stream in Homeschoolers of the Philippines. Sana marami ring matulungan na parents through our live stream there. And then we are actually going to take a break kasi nga long weekend and holidays are coming up. So we're going to take a break, but we will be back with the last few episodes of our show and to continue to celebrate, to continue to celebrate the 10 years of EFL. So we will be back on November 6. Yan. November 6, 8:30, we will be featuring true stories of homeschooling families. So, Miss Noemi, Mora, and her daughter Noriz, who was there at the very first You Can Homeschool event in 2013, she was only 13 years old then. So, interviewin natin sila what happened after 10 years. Ayan. And we'll be raffling off special prizes also with our November episode. So please stay tuned. Ayun. So for now, we want to say thank you again to Ate Jen. Good night, everybody.
Thank
Thank you so
you. Thanks,
much.
everyone.
See you on November 6th. Bye.